now lecture at Aqidah and Islamic Philosophy of Usuluddin Faculty, State Islamic University for Islamic Studies. And he was graduated from English teaching in at undergraduate, and his master as graduated from English teaching, also in English teaching. Also, he graduated from Information System Department. Mr. Nusan Abid have any recent academic for the example multicultural studies and cultural relevant pedagogy and spirituality in ELT and text analysis. He also have Scopus article and several certification from government, for the example, book writing and editor. So let's listen the presentation for the first speaker about linguistic and hermeneutical approach in Islamic studies from Mr. Nusan Abid. To our speaker, the first our speaker, the time is yours.
Thank you so much, Pak Hanafi, and thank you so much for all of our committee, Bu Atika, and welcome to room, Bu Irzum Fariha as a Vice Dean, and our beloved lecturers on the Faculty of Usuluddin, Pak Hasan, Bu Aziza, and so many lectures attend here. So, how's life for our beloved students? How's life? Would you like to turn on the cameras? I want to see your smile. I want to see your brighter face, and we maybe in one day we can meet in a real world, not in a virtual world. So I will recognize you as my former students, and I know that we have discussed together about research methods in this forum. So would you like to turn on the cameras? Okay, maybe Shifran Nurhaj, where are you from? And Nasir Ali Idris.
Assalamualaikum, sir. I am from Sri Lanka, sir.
Okay, walaikum salam. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. I hope all of you always health and everything runs well as our plans. And nice to meet you. Okay, so how is the weather on your countries? Is it hot or something? Because here in Indonesia, it's almost every day rain. Yeah, it's hard rain in here, and so yeah, better weather here. So I hope all of you got the best situation on your places. So before I started the courses, is there any one of you want to review the previous material from our lectures? Is there any one of you wanna speak and review about our last meeting, last courses? Come on, turn on the microphone and you can share your experience, maybe your feeling or something else about these courses. Come on, all of you. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, just turn on the microphone and let me know what is your last courses and what is the last materials, the last discussions. Okay, if there is no one who speak, then I will choose one of you. I will choose one of you. So, Sumaya, how are you? Where are you from? Hello, Sumaya. Okay, no response. Maybe I will try to greet the other students. Okay, who is already turned on the cameras? Okay, Nasir Ali Idris. Okay, Nasir Ali Idris. Hello, Nasir. Oh, a minute ago you turned on the cameras and now you turn off the cameras, but it's okay. I just want to make a short conversation and want to know the latest or the last material that we have discussed with our previous lectures, and I hope that the material that I will discuss today will not same with the previous lectures. Okay, can I start the lesson now, guys? If it is it okay, so you could send me a virtual responses, virtual reaction with a thumbs or something else. So may I start the course right now? Okay, maybe this is actually the hardness, yeah, the challenges of online meeting or online courses, but it's happened in the world, in the whole world, yeah, in the whole world, because amidst the COVID-19, so everything has changed to virtuals, yeah, virtual situation, virtual condition. So we need to adapt. Okay, let me share screen first. Okay, is it appears on your screen, guys? So what about my screen? Is it clearly appears on your screen?
Yes, sir, it's appearing.
Okay, good, thank you. So in this occasion, I would like to deliver the writing guideline for academics. Yeah, because the main point, the text and hermeneutical approaches will be delivered by Pak Fatah. Yeah, will be delivered by Pak Fatah. We in Indonesia call Mister as a Pak. Yeah, that's great for us. So we are already saying that Pak Fatah, Pak Tabi, Pak Karim, or something else. So we do not need to change it into Mr. or Mrs. Okay, this is my first presentation, and this is my profile, and the moderator has already okay, this is my research background, research genesis. I already done with the multicultural studies and cultural relevance pedagogy. And the next is spirituality in ELT. Spirituality in ELT is the integration, the embodiment of spirituality or religious values on the English teaching and learning practices. So we here in Indonesia try to combine, try to explore, try to investigate how the spiritual discussion analysis. And this is my other profiles. Okay. And this is my national certification as a non-fiction authors and book editors. So I got this certificate, these professional certificates around 2021. And the last certification is reviewers, as a reviewers. Kalau in Indonesia we call it penyuntingan substantif. Okay, are you ready, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will introduce to you the type of article manuscript. So why is it important for us to getting know the type of the article manuscript? So before we start to write an article, before we start a research, so we must know the situation, we must know the form of the articles, the form of the manuscript or something else. So we will not lose, we will not anxiety to finish the article or to conclude the research. So the first one is original research. Original research is research that happens or research that we done on the fields, or some people state that original research is like field research. So we employ some methodological technique on the fields. And the second is position or review or conceptual paper. The position or the review or the conceptual paper is our ideas and our conceptuals, yeah, about some things or subject. So if I had a idea about how spirituality or how religious values integrated on the English language teaching classroom, so I can write down, I can write the position or review or conceptual paper. So I think that for example, I think that religious values, in fact, or religious values influence us in the way how teachers deliver the materials or how students learning about something or subject. I believe that the religious values influence on this point. So I start to write down about my theory, about my conceptual into one paper. So the type of this article is called conceptual paper or review paper or position paper. Okay, that's the second. And the third is best practice or evidence-based practice and technical papers. Okay, I want to know, is there any one of you came from educational background in your studies? Hello guys, is there any one of you came from educational background? or you are actually studying some educational theory or something else, or all of you came from Islamic studies or something else? Okay, there is no answer. That's okay. Best practice is the way me as a teacher, yeah, as a teacher, I try to involve, I try to connecting the technology and connecting with my speaking practice, for example. So the way how I practice the speaking using technology tools, that's called best practice. So we can report that best practice. We can report that best practice as a evidence-based or technical paper. So you just need classify your steps, your step by step, or your practice in the classroom, your practice when you are discussing with your friend, and the practice when you are reading some books, and then you try to understand the book with the easiest way. So that's called best practice. And I'm sure that everyone, all of the people has their best practice. So yeah, don't let apa ya itu namanya, don't be shy. Yeah, don't be shy, don't be shy to explore and try to speak out or write out your best practice in learning gitu kan. So you can make it up as a best practice or technical papers. But the most important, your practice or your method must be support by theory and latest reference. Yeah. Okay. And number 4 is meta-analysis or systematic review. Is there anyone of you here about the 4th type of manuscript? Have you heard about this? Okay. In Japanese, in our cultures as a Japanese or as an Indonesian, if we asking someone, if we give a question to someone, and then those people didn't answer or do not speak, so that means you agree what I said. So that's our culture as a Japanese, as an Indonesian. So this is the best thing, yeah, for us to learning about the others cultures. So actually I want to know about your habits, about your cultures, your unique cultures, and maybe someday I can visit you on the Sri Lanka or on the Thailand or on the other parts of the world. I want to see the how beautiful the cultures on there gitu kan. Okay, kembali ke laptop ya. Oh sorry, let's back to the screen. Kalau kembali ke laptop itu the phrase that famous from Tukul Arwana. So you can Google Tukul Arwana, so you will find kembali ke laptop. It's mean that, so let's back to the screen. Yeah. Okay, 4, meta-analysis or systematic review. Meta-analysis is actually, in a simple way, we summarizing the publication, the articles in a recent time. Okay, for example, I tried to analyze about the COVID-19 and the spirituality. So I will try to search the recent publication from last 10 years, from last 5 years, and I collect it into one database, and then I search with those keywords, and then I try to analyze the articles that match or in line with the topics that I stated on the background of the studies. So there are systematic reviews or meta-analysis. We can do both qualitative or quantitative. Some experts state that meta-analysis is more qualitative, and then the others experts say that the systematic review is a quantitative one, but actually it doesn't matter yet. Okay, the next is short or brief communication. This is the certain ways we can write about everything that relates with the journal's topic or aim and scope. So short or brief communication is state your ways, state your idea about maybe try to combining the technology with the what is it, the religion and something else. So we can write the type of the manuscript about short of or brief communication. So is there any question for you before I continue to the next slide? Is there one of you want to share something or discuss some things?
Maybe we'll have to give some questions to students.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's continue to the next slide. So what is the competency or should we have and develop? What does it mean? It means what is the competency or the skills that we need to craft the best manuscript, the best articles. So what does those skills? So for the first time is academic reading. Academic reading. So the academic reading is different with the general reading. So we just scanning and we just skimming. No, but the academic reading is the extensive reading and the critical reading. So what is the critical reading? The critical reading is we try to debate the statement that print on the books, on the certain books that we read. For example, we read about the articles that state maybe so we can integrate the technology into the holy pilgrimage maybe. So we try to critical that point. We try to criticize the statement, the outer statement. So that's mean critical reading. So can I have a drink? Just a minute, guys.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. So it's hard when we are talking in the virtual circumstances. Yeah, I cannot see your expression, whether you are confusing.
Cannot listen to
Yeah.
the voice.
Yeah, I already. Yeah, I don't know. Are you still there or not? Are you try to focus on my material? So I cannot see. So, but that's okay. That's the one of challenges on the virtual classroom. So that's the academic reading. So what about the next is academic writing? So any one of you, is there any one of you want to learn deeply about academic writing. So just send your message on the Bu Atika, yeah, on the Bu Atika, on the group, and then send to us, Bu Atika, we want academic writing class. So we actually happy to hear that. Yeah, we will guide you. We will try to accompany you in terms of academic writing. So back to the screen. Let's back to the screen. So the academic writing includes some summarizing, paraphrasing, synthesizing, quoting and citing, documenting and referencing, voice and plagiarism. This is the important thing, yeah, because as we know, we can easily summarize the statement or other people's statement with a machine like a quillbot or something else. So that's not academic writing. Yeah, that's not the academic. Why? Because we utilize the tools. We utilize the tools. So that's okay for the moment. But if you wanna boost your performance on an academic rating, if you want to develop your competency, your skills, so you must do it manually. Okay. You can do the summarizing, the paraphrasing without machine, so that will be more natural, and you will get the competencies. If you did it with the tools like Quillbot or something else, so you will get nothing. Yeah, you will get nothing. So so the best way is do it yourself, ya, do it yourself. Kalau di Indonesia do it itu penting, makanya do it yourself. Kalau di Indonesia do it means money. Yeah, so that's important for us. As stated by Roma Irama, do you know Roma Irama? So Roma Irama is told that semua orang cinta rupiah, nggak ada yang nggak cinta rupiah. Okay, so back to the screen, yeah, back to the screen. That jokes. Okay, next is quoting and citing. Quoting and citing, it means that you put on or put in the others' ideas, people's ideas to your writing. So that's quoting and citing. Yeah, if you wanna extend your class, maybe I can show you how to quote and how to cite. Okay, so that's so fast. Yeah. So documenting. Documenting is you collect all of the reference and the data, one of the topics, and then you try to producing that data, try to extend the data, analyze the data. So this is the main point on the academic writings. And the last is voice. Voice, yeah, voice is mean your idea. So if we discuss about the academic writing or paragraph writings, so we will employ some of this point into one paragraph. So there's the main point, or the kalau in Indonesia it's the ide pokok, ya, ide pokok in Indonesia. So then the main idea, the main point, and the second one is the supporting sentence, the sentences that support your main idea. Yeah, the sentence that support your idea, the sentence that support your main point, and then the last is your voice. Yeah, your voice is you can both agree with the statement, or you disagree about the statement. So that's the arts of the academic writing. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing, but I'm sure that you, if you do it regularly, yeah, if you do it in what is it, regularly, yeah, so you can,
Consistent.
yeah, consistent. Thank you, Bu Atika. Yeah, yeah, if you do it consistent, so I'm sure that you can finish your academic writings. Okay. Is there any question, guys? One of you maybe want to share some things?
Maybe you wanna give question to students.
Yeah, or I will give a question to students. 7, 12, free Nova. 7, 12, Nova. Or
Our friend.
or C 143 Zamita ALF. So you have a unique names. You have a unique names. So, or maybe Irzum Fariha. Want to say something? Okay. Okay. Okay, if there is no question, and then I skip. Okay, what do you think about my slide, guys?
Nice.
Okay, what do you think about my slide? Is it
Nice.
okay? Okay, the next is research methodology. Research methodology, yeah. So if we discuss, or if we're talking about the research methodology, so it will waste and it needs long time to discuss or to understand about the research methodology. So we need to discuss it and then try to practice, so we can understand the best or the sweet tables on the inline. Yeah, what the methodology that in line with our research. So we need to try to know about the approach, the design, the procedure, and the data analysis. So for the approach, as we know, we actually, you know about the qualitative, the quantitative, or mix methods. We try to mix the qualitative with the quantitative, and so we call it mix methods. So what about the design? The design is related with how do you getting the data, how do you getting the participants, how do you analyze. So that's the design. So it's connected with the how long you have, you will craft the research, and where do you want the research take place, and something else. So this is relates with those points. And then second, the procedure, and then the most important is the data analysis, So this is relates with how do we analyze the data, So there are many books that discuss about this, and I'm sure that you have already read about that books, isn't it, guys? Have you already read the research methodology books? Okay, if you don't answer, so that means you say yes. Okay, next. This is, yeah. The next competency that so we have and develop is fieldwork competence and management. It means that we need to collaborate. So this courses, this ILOAR International Lectures on Academic Research, it's one of the collaboration between IAIN Kudus, Indonesia, and Sri Lanka, and Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, and yeah, and Turkey. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So this is one of collaborate. We try to compromise. We try to collaborate with the others country, with the others university. So we can develop the what is it? Develop the link, develop the academic spider web, academic spider web. And then the next is language competence. This is the important things, guys. If you wanna getting closer with someone else in others continent, so you should understand the language. If you wanna know about Indonesia, so you have to know bahasa Indonesia, ya kan? Is it right? So if you wanna know about the other countries, so you must mastery, at least you understand the language. So, but in academic writings, the language competence consists of vocabulary and grammar. It means that we have to know the lexical grammatical resources like semantics or something else, or the knowledge of vocabulary. So we can write down, we cannot use the vocabulary that's closer with medicine or something else with the other fields. So we cannot change, or we can change those meaning. Okay. Okay. Now, oh, the picture is coming at the last, yeah. So the last is academic literacy. You know about the plagiarism. You know about the genre sensitivity. Genre is mean your field, your research fields, your research aim, your research scope. Yeah, that's genre sensitivities. And the technology, you know how to find the best references, you know how to find the data and something else with the technology. Yeah, and the scholarly database, like we can state the famous one is Google Scholars, Scopus, Web of Science, EBSCO, yeah, and many databases that we can reach with the internet, with the technology. So it's easy for now, yeah. It's quite different. It's quite different when I was student. When I was student, I have to go 100 miles. I have to go 5 to 6 hours just to get the references from the other city, because there is no that references on my university. So I have to go to the other university just to get one's references. But now you can get millions references in a scholarly database, and absolutely free like an air, free like the sun, ya kan? Pak, kalau kata ini kan ojo banding-banding deh, ya nggak apa-apa.
Don't compare.
Yeah, we cannot compare all school with this modern time. So, but yeah, we can discuss later. Okay. So, do you know what it means? Why these girls, why this woman carrying the clock? So what do you think about these pictures? So what do you think, guys? What this girl wanna show? So what do you think? Maybe Selma Fairtime? Sama Pak. Guselme. Ini kalau bahasa Inggris dibaca E ya, A dibaca E. Come on. I wanna hear your voice, guys. Okay, let's talk. Karena kalau bahasa Inggris kan A dibaca E ya, jadi saya manggilnya Guselme.
Please, Guselme.
Kayak orang Turki ya namanya ini, jadinya Guselme. Kalau di bahasa Inggris kan. Okay, the next slide is about time management. So we need try to getting hard with this one because as we know we are actually me is the best apa ya itu namanya apa buat kita itu yang menunda-nunda itu
Prokrastinasi.
Procrastination, yeah. So we trying hard with those terms, yeah. So because actually it's hard for us to allocate to give 1 minute or to give 10 minutes for writing. So we hard to doing that. So that's why we need to allocate our time 15 or 1,000 words a day. So if here in Indonesia there's a 1 day 1 juice, so you actually can practice a day 100 words or 500 words. That will be good for you to develop, to enhance your academic writings. Okay. So what is the editors or reviewers looking for? So what is the important things that the first is the solid background or contextual information. We need to know of this because in every situation, in every time you write down an article, so you need to start it with the solid background or the contextual information about the topics that you wanna say, you wanna state. And the second is a theoretical or conceptual soundness. Nah. So this is the theoretical or conceptual soundness is how your theoretical frameworks fit with your topics. Yeah. And the third is the methodological soundness. The methodological soundness is in line with how do you craft the questionnaire, how do you spreading the questionnaire, how do you get the participants, how do you use the approach, the methodological approach is something else. So it must be stated, it must be written on your papers. And the next is empirical rigor. Yeah, rigor is kari dan nasi goreng. No. Do you know curry? Do you know curry? Fried rice, curry. So your in here in Indonesia, curry. Okay. Empirical rigors is strength. Yeah, strengthness. The depth, something else. So that must be empiric in your writings. So the most important is your contribution or your the implication of your research. The implication of your research. So do you want to you want to explore, you want to reveal the religious symbols, maybe the religious conflicts, the religious tolerance, the religious identity. So screen.
Network.
Oh, Wah, gimana? HP saya mana?
Pakai wifi
Sudah. Halo? Cek, cek. Halo? Do you hear my voice, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So I worry that you have sleeping.
Your camera.
Okay. Okay, let's. Okay. So what is the important things that you will offer for knowledge, for practical implication, or something else? So this is your contribution. This is your implication. Okay. Next is the communication, is how you delivers your idea with the proper language, with the sense of your voice. And the most important is the argumentation must be logic. So that's the whole point. So let's take a break. Do you have any question, guys, or you want to say something? Are you got an anxiety? Are you confused with my presentation? So let me know. We will discuss it. Okay, you can maybe grab your coffee, grab your food or something else. That's okay. So what is the unique food? What is the best food from Sri Lanka? Maybe wanna share with me?
Something.
Okay, wanna share? So what is the best food from Sri Lanka? What is the best food from Thailand? Maybe I have apa ya? So many foods here in Indonesia. You can try rujak jenggot maybe, or sate kebo, something else. Sate kebo, yeah. If you come to Indonesia, and then I will guide you to the best place on the food and beverages here. So
One of traditional food in Sri Lanka is sour fish curry.
okay, sour fish curry.
Yeah, ambul tial.
Yeah, is it right, guys? The traditional foods, or okay, is there anyone who is there any question from you guys? Maybe Abdul Karim, Indonesia. Wanna say something? Abdul Karim? No, okay, yeah, you just keep silent, right? You just keep silent. Or Ezaizetul Husnia, wanna say something? No? Okay, that's okay.
Zamita. Maybe you can call Zamita.
Okay, Bu Atika recommend me Zamita. What do you think, Zamita? Hello, is it okay for you to or do you understand what I explained on my presentation today? Hello, Zamita. C143 Zamita. Are you there?
Hello, sir.
Okay, hello. How's
Hello.
life, Zamita?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Okay, hello. Yeah, I can hear your voice. Actually, this is my first time apa ya, here's in the real communication with the Sri Lanka or Indian or something. So actually, I only hear the voice of Sri Lankan from movies. So this is my first time here in a real time. So yeah, nehi nehi, Zamita, nehi nehi.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, sir. What do you mean by nahi nahi, sir? I don't understand. What do you speak? Hello, sir.
Ah,
Hello, sir.
Halo, Bu Atika.
yes, Pak Hanapi.
Oke.
Ya. Ini tadi Zamita silakan dijawab dari.
Okay. This yeah, maybe this is the challenges on a virtual meeting. So we have no deal with signals, and we have no deal with internet's connection or something else. Okay, let's continue. Zamita, would you like to show to us your cultures? Maybe you can tell to us about your cultures.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello. Come
Hello.
on. Yeah. Okay, this is your time.
Hello.
Yes, hello. We can hear you clearly.
Hello.
Okay, maybe it's a trouble on the connection. So let's continue our discussion. Yeah, let's continue our discussions. Oh, I will start the screen first. Start the screen first. Okay. Okay. Yo, the first things. The next point is, if we want to start to write an academic articles or academic manuscript, so we must finding the gap. So there are the first is conceptual or theoretical gaps. Yeah. What is it? To use different theory or concept to examine or investigate a particular issue or phenomenon or problems. So this is a conceptual or theoretical gaps. I'm sure that it's hard for you to understand this because this is your first time. So that's normal. So just listen and just try and try to understand. I'm sure that one day you will understand what I say. Okay, the first is conceptual or theoretical gaps. Okay, Zamita, no worries about that. No worries. That's okay. So, yeah, maybe all of us always facing the poor connection. So that's okay. No worries about that. Okay, the second is empirical gaps. So what is empirical gaps? So what is the empirical gaps? The empirical gaps is you interrogate the existing findings or literatures. So what about Abdul Karim? Want to say something, Abdul Karim? Okay. Yeah. So the second is empirical gaps. Yeah, okay. Number three is methodological gaps. Employ a different methodological approach and design to collect the data. So maybe your references on your previous research, yeah, the previous research is use or employ qualitative research. So in your next research is employ with a quantitative research. So that's a methodological gaps. Okay. So the next is analytical gaps. The analytical gaps is the unique analytical approaches and techniques. And the next is practical or contextual gaps. Implement particular methods or techniques or concept in different situations. And the last is policy gaps. Policy gaps mean that problematize or critique the existing policies or gap between policies and practice. Okay. Now, this is the place where you can find out the best resources, the best references. This, on my title is Access Sumber JOS. JOS means the best, the greatest. That means JOS. Yeah, JOS. Yeah. Superb. That means JOS. Yeah. If you come to Yogyakarta, so you will find Kopi JOS, the cafe that with charcoal.
Mempopulerkan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We can you can find it on the Google's Kopi JOS. Yeah.
Halo, Assalamualaikum. Mr. Nushan, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yo, the next is Emeralds Inside Wiley or something else. You can find it on the internet. Yeah, you can find it on the internet. The best resources for our references, for our citation. Yeah, we can find it here. Okay. So this is the practice of writing the paragraph. I forgot to translate it into English, so this is on a Bahasa Indonesia, but I'm sure that Tu Atika will explain you about this one. And yeah, this is what I said on the last slide. If we are trying to writing some paragraphs, so we started with the topics or the main idea or the main topics, the main sentences, main sentence. So this is, and there's a supporting sentence, and then the reasoning, and then the additional information about or the conclusion. So this is the citation and the reference. Okay, that's all my presentation. Thank you so much. Terima kasih. Arigato. Thank you. Ya, arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. Matur suwun kalau dalam bahasa Jawa. Okay. Okay, that's all my presentation. We can discuss it later. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you very much to Mr. Nushan Habib for the fourth speaker in this season, who has giving us in his presentation about academic writing. Or maybe we can call it, it is academic text. Yeah. When we're talking about the relation between linguistic and text. Of course, from this presentation, we have several points. The first is type of article manuscript, divided into original research, position and conceptual, best practice, meta-analysis, short and brief communication. And the second, the competency shall we have and develop. The first, academic reading, and academic writing, research methodology, fieldwork competence and management, language, language competence, academic literary. And the third point is what editors are looking for. There are contextual information, theoretical, conceptual soundness, methodological soundness, empirical rigor, and contribution. And the fourth, there are finding the gap, conceptual gap, empirical the gap, and methodological gaps. Thank you very much for Mr. Nustan Abid. And now we move to the second speakers, Dr. Abdul Fattah, MSE, who has already joined with us together in Zoom. Before we listen the presentation from Mr. Dr. Abdul Fattah, also I read the short curriculum vitae. The name is Dr. Abdul Fattah. He is now lecturer at Islamic Faculty in Al-Quran and Studies Department. He also secretary of the head at Al-Quran and Studies Department. He was born in Grobogan and now living in Semarang and Kudus. He has graduated undergraduate from Wali Songo State Islamic University for Islamic Studies from Tafsir Hadis Department, and his master from Diponegoro University, and doctoral program graduated from UIN Wali Songo with Al-Quran and Tafsir for doctoral. Okay, for the second speakers in this international lecture and academic research, to our speaker, Mr. Dr. Abdul Fattah, time is yours.
Excuse me, Pak Hanapi, Dr. Abdul Fattah is preparing the materials. So please wait for a minute.
Okay. Thank you for the information, Ms. For all students, maybe if you have some question for our speakers, the first and second speakers, maybe you can save your question and or writing your question in room chat, yeah, and ask the question
my
in
voice.
question and answer session.
Hello.
Okay.
Test. Okay.
Time is yours.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. La hawla wa la quwata illa billah. Amma ba'du. First of all, I'm going to say thank you very much for the committee in this program, ILOAR, International Lecture on Academic Research. Mrs. Artika and the team. In this second presentations, I'm going to talk about hermeneutic and Quranic exegesis, but I'm going to say so sorry for all participants. If previously you hear the presentations from Mr. Nushan Abid, he is very fluent speaking English, and then I can say he is like the native speaker. Yeah, but now in the second presentations, it is, yeah, if you listen first presentation as the international speaker, as the native speaker, now you are going to listen local speaker. Hermeneutic and Quranic exegesis. Hermeneutic is one of new methodology, new approach in Quranic exegesis. I admitted that the existence of hermeneutic it applied controversy. Yeah, some of scholars accept hermeneutic as method to interpret Quran, and some of them reject it. But however, in this opportunity, oh yeah, okay, now we continue. Yeah, I'm sorry, it has trouble in connections. We continue my presentations. Previously, hermeneutic, it is a branch from the philosophy discourse. If you ever studied about the philosophy firstly concentrate his focus on cosmocentric. Cosmocentric is nature as the object of philosophy, and then move to the theocentric. Theocentric is God as the object of philosophy, and then move to anthropocentric. Anthropocentric, it is human as the object of philosophy, and then come to the logocentric. Logocentric is language as the center of discourse. From logocentric, and then produce two schools, two madhab. First is structuralism under Ferdinand de Saussure, and then second is hermeneutic under the figure of Schleiermacher, Dilthey, Gadamer, Habermas, and others. It is the background, yeah, the image of hermeneutic. Okay, so what is actually hermeneutic? Yeah, hermeneutic originally was an exegesis movement among the church, and then developed into interpretative philosophy. Yeah, and then the figure who is considered to be the father of modern hermeneutic is Friedrich Schleiermacher. Why? Because Friedrich Schleiermacher, he was revived hermeneutic and made it general method of interpretations, which was not only limited to scripture and literatures. Yeah. I admit, if you never study about hermeneutic before, it will rather confuse to understand to understand the theory of hermeneutic. Yeah, But anyway, I'm going to shorten my presentation and try to use simple language to make understand, yeah, all the participants here. Let's jump to the definitions. Actually, what is the definition from the hermeneutic? Hermeneutic, it's come from the Greek terms, the Greek language. Yeah, that is Hermenian. Yeah, Hermenian means to interpret, and Hermenia noun, Hermenia as noun, it means interpretations. Therefore, the meaning of hermeneutic is interpretation very close with tafsir in Quranic studies. Some of Muslim scholars argue that hermeneutic actually it is also already discussed by our former Muslim scholars. For example, about was that ta'wil. Some of argue that ta'wil it is the term of hermeneutic in Islamic discourse or Islamic studies. Yeah. Some of them said like that. Okay, and then hermeneutic, according to Gerhard Eppelings, comes from the word Hermes. Hermes in Islamic studies we call as the prophet Idris. But in ancient Egyptian mind, it's called as God Thoth or Prophet Moses. Yeah. According to Budi Hardiman, Hermes has the task of interpretations, the will of the God, in the Greek term called as the oracle, with the help of human word. So, the point from hermeneutic is to interpret God's will as contained in the verses of holy books. Interpret the God's will. Yeah. So the point from hermeneutic is trying to catch what is the God's will. Try to understand what is the God's will contained in the holy books. In this case, contained in the Quran. Okay. So from this definition, we can see that the definitions from hermeneutic is very close with tafsir in ulumul Quran. Yeah. Therefore, some of Muslim scholars, reject the existence of hermeneutic because of what? Because it is already done in ulumul tafsir. Some of them said such. Okay. And then now we jump to what is the main task of hermeneutic? What is the main job of hermeneutic? First, expressing something that was still in the mind through word, utterance, or speaking as the medium of delivery. It is the first task of hermeneutic. That is to express what is in mind. Because of what? Because what is the idea in the mind could not be understood if without any medium. And the medium is word. It is the first task of hermeneutic. And then the second, to explain rationally interpretations or explanations, something that was previously unclear, so that its intent or meaning can be understood. Yeah. So the second task of hermeneutic is to explain something unclear from the text. In this case, in the text of the Quran. So something unclear, it must be discovered by hermeneutic to make it clear. And then the third is translating. Yeah, translating foreign language into another language that is more mastered. Yeah. So the last task of hermeneutic is transforming from other language to the understood language. And then what is the relations between hermeneutic and Quranic studies? Hermeneutic tries to formulate instructions of Islamic science, including interpretations in this study, yeah, Quranic studies. One of the way is by building a pattern of understanding that is a dialogue between text and context. We know in the development of Islamic studies, some of Muslim scholars, they have a textual oriented, and some of them contextual oriented. We have two schools, yeah. Some of them is textual oriented, some of them is contextual oriented. in the hermeneutical perspective, between textual and contextual is dialogue. Yeah, make a dialogue between text and context. The dialogue, it will make the text is understood comprehensively. What is the goal from the text? What is the intended text? What is the intended inside the text? Okay. From these constructions, we have we have the cycle of hermeneutic. The first is the word of text, the word of author, and the word of reader. Like this, cycle of hermeneutic. These cycles, it has relations, it has connections, it influences each other. We cannot separate it. Because of what? Because between author, text, and reader, there has connections. We cannot separate it. Cannot. We should make a connections. How the word of author influence the text, and the text, influence the reader, and the reader, how the reader read the text from the word of author. So these three, these three items: text, author, and reader. They have connections. Yeah. If we can understand these relations between text, reader, and author, according to hermeneutical perspective, we can catch the substance, the substance or the goal of the text. Okay, and then what is word of the text? Word of the text is include the text of the Quran and Hadith. Yeah, in the Quranic studies, word of the text is the text of Quran and Hadith. And then the word of author. So how about the author of the Quran? Yeah, of course, we know the author of the Quran is Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who is transcendent. And it is very difficult, for the reader, for us as the interpreter, to catch what is the conditions of the author. Because of what? Because the transcendent. Therefore, the one who best represents God, Allah, is the Prophet Muhammad, whereas his position is believed to be the most authoritative persons in interpreting the Quran. So the author in the context of the Quran is Prophet Muhammad. Yeah. Not God. Actually, it is God, Allah, but because the position of God is transcendent and untouchable, it's very difficult. Therefore, move the position to Prophet Muhammad with the reason that Muhammad is the most believed, the most trusted persons, and the most authoritative persons in interpreting the Quran. And the last word of reader. We know the reader text also has its own social condition, which can be very, very different from early, from the early revelations of the Quran at that time, in the Prophet time. We know currently we had a pandemic, Corona, COVID-19, and in the time of Prophet Muhammad, it was nothing. Pandemic like COVID-19. It is a very simple illustrations. Therefore, the social conditions of reader, it also has has influence to understand the text. Because of what? Because there is rapid transformations of life in social, cultural, economic, political, environmental, and value system when text is produced. Okay. And then, after understanding these three categories, the word of author, the word of text, and then the word of reader, and then we jump to the how to make reliving and rethinking. What does it mean? Hermeneutic invites people to reliving and rethinking the thought and feelings of an author. That is, the interpreter must empathize and put himself in the position of life, thought, and feelings of the author in order to shorten the distance between the word of reader and the word of author. For example, like this, dear audience and ladies and gentlemen. Now, just now we put the positions of author as the Prophet Muhammad. And then now currently our position today as the reader of the text of the Quran. So how we to relive and rethink the positions of Muhammad as the prophet, as the most authoritative persons to interpret the Quran, to put himself in our conditions. We think as if Muhammad lived a day, how Muhammad will interpret the text of the Quran. It is the meaning of reliving and rethinking. So we empathize. So we positioning the position of Muhammad as the author. How? As if, reliving and rethinking. So this is the points from the hermeneutic. By this, it is believed and trusted we can catch the goal of the text. We can catch the intended text. We can catch what is the God's will. Of course, we cannot catch the God's will absolutely, but at least we try to predict actually what is the God's will by this method. Okay, and then school of hermeneutic. There are 3 schools of hermeneutic. Schools mean here is madhab. There are 3 madhab of hermeneutic. There are 3 schools of hermeneutic. The first is objectivism. What is objectivism? Objectivism is the model understand that interpretation means understanding the text as understood by the author. Okay, I repeat, understanding the text understanding the text as understood by the author. So what the author understand the text, take it totally, take it literally. How the Prophet Muhammad understand the text, we take it. It is the first school, the first madhab, objectivism. So the original meaning, from the first recipient is intended by this school, by this madhab. One of the figure who follow this school, for example, like Schleiermacher, William Dilthey, and then the group of Muslim who follow this school, like Ikhwanul Muslimin and Salafi group, it is objectivism. And then the second, subjectivism school. If objectivism try to catch the original meaning, try to catch what is original understanding from the Prophet Muhammad as the author, but in subjectivism, it is contrast. Model of interpretations in subjectivism understand that hermeneutic is not an attempt to find objective meaning. Objective meaning means original meaning, not to attempt or to find objective meaning or original meaning intended by the author, not. Original meaning, it is in objectivism, but subjectivism in contrast. What's that? That is to understand what is in the text itself. I repeat one more time. To understand what is in the text itself. So, in subjectivism school, the text is free. The text is no relations with the author. Because of what? Because when the text has been released by the author, it has become independent and is no longer bound by the author. So no influence from the author for the text. Because of what? Because the text is free. So the reader has high positions to interpret the text. It is the difference between objectivism and subjectivism. One of the figures, yeah, who followed the school is like Derrida in the context of Muslim intellectual like Sahrur. Sahrur, it is his school, his madhab is subjectivism. And the last is quasi-objectivism school. Quasi-objectivism school is the middle school, which is accommodative to objectivism and subjectivism. Yeah. Actually, this one, according to me, is the most appropriate one, yeah, to use to interpret the Quran. Quasi-objectivism school. Because of what? Because it's very accommodative between the original meaning and between what's that? The free of reader to catch the meaning from the text. The school provide balanced portion. It is balanced portion. Yeah, balanced portion between the search for original meaning. Original meaning it is in objectivism school, and the rule of interpreter. So between original meaning, yeah, and the rule of interpreter in the same positions. It is the ideal one according to my perspective. Yeah. Actually, the debate among hermeneutic, yeah, very wide. The discourse is very complicated. I try to shorten, yeah, in these three categories: objectivism, subjectivism, and quasi-subjectivism school. Yeah, that's all. My presentations about the hermeneutic and Quranic studies. I repeat one more time. I emphasize to all participants that it is kinds of paradigm, new paradigm in understanding the Quran, in interpret the Quran. Some of them accept it as the method of interpreting. Some of them reject it to interpret the Quran. But me myself, yeah, I'm belongs to accepted group that hermeneutic we can use as one of tools to interpret Quran. That's all in my presentations. I beg your pardons. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If I can answer, I'll answer. But if I cannot, it will be my humbug. Thank you. See you. Bye bye. The last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Dr. Abdul Fattah, for his presentation today about hermeneutical approach. And we have several points for Abdul Fattah presentation. And the first is hermeneutic is one of new methodology, and also hermeneutic have controversy. The definition of hermeneutics come from Greek terms Hermenian, which mean is interpretation or exegesis. And the third, the goal from hermeneutic is the interpreting God's will. The fourth, main task of hermeneutic is expressing something to explain rationally, expressing something to explain rationally, and translating language. And also there are school of hermeneutic. We call that subjectivism and objectivism and quasi-objectivism. Okay, thank you very much for the presentation from Dr. Abdul Fattah. And we move to special session. It is question and answer. Maybe from ladies and gentlemen, all participants in this international lecture and academic research, you have many questions or opinion about linguistic and hermeneutical approach in Islamic studies, or about the others relation in this presentation. Maybe we have 3 or 4 question from you, or you can write in room chat, or apa, or raise your hand, please. Who want ask the question from our speaker? Raise your hand, or write your question in room chat. Or maybe enough for the presentation today in international lecture, so we can close this session today. If there are not any question from all students, all participants in this season. Or maybe you can ask for education for presenter using Arabic, or using Melayu, using Bahasa, or using English. Don't worry, no problems. Okay, thank you. Maybe enough for the international lecture in this session. So we can close this moment, and I think thank you very much for all participants who has joined together with us in Zoom meeting. Especially, we thank you for the first speaker, Mr. Lusan Abid, and Dr. Abdul Fattah has presented the matter of this session, and of course it is a benefit for us for the future, for our academic. So thank you very much for all, and let's to close today's international lecture and academic research by reciting Alhamdulillah together. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for Dr. Abdullah Hanafi, and what a wonderful presentation, from our lecturer. And before we close the Zoom meeting, maybe we need to take a picture of us, because many students of Sri Lanka has joined, and this is a great opportunity to see you, see your face. So please, can you open your camera, and we need to take a picture of us. Just a minute, just a minute. The name is like 19, and then Farhana, and then JHM Musaf, and then all of participants in this class. I think we need to open our camera. Maybe it's a way to respect the speaker. Just a minute, please. Hafsa Abdul Qadir and Shifna Sumaya, and then Sanover, Munshifa, Sabrina, Minhaj, Fatimah Afa, Endar, Dayaning Profitry, and then Musaf, Adilas iPhone, Rainova. we need make our class more actively, yeah, Doctor, yeah, because this is a 5th day and we are still so shy, yeah, to just say hi to everybody here. And I think tomorrow class is better than yesterday, than now. Masih ada yang belum buka kamera. Oke. Coba ya satu kali lagi ya, sekali lagi. Please everybody to open your camera. We need to take a picture of us. Yeah, it just a minute.
Okay.
Ada?
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Musaf from Sri Lanka. And then 19 AL 190. Thank you very much. See you next meeting in the new year. And I want to share about our next meeting. And
Macet dulu. Lempar Hamad. Sini sama di sini aja. Ini di tempatku. Belum? So sorry. Okay. Sudah.
I continue my explanation. I'm gonna share about our agenda in the next meeting. Our class on Wednesday, 4 January 2023, and the lecturer is Dr. Muhammaduddin MA, and the topic is research gap and identification of issue in thesis writing. And for students, you can visit our website on the If you have any difficulty to join or follow our class, please you can send your suggestion, your message to me or to Dr. Fatah. You can share your argument and or enjoy and follow the class very well. Okay, I think that's it from me. And what about you, Dr. Nushan, Abid? Okay, that's it from us, and see you on the next meeting. Bye. Dr. Nushan Abid, where are you?
Okay, thank you, Miss Atika. Thank you very much. Mr. Nushan
Anytime.
and Mr. Abdul Fatah is very good, very well.
Ya, barang saya jumput Maria wow. Sinyalnya memang nggak stabil. Thank you, many students of Sri Lanka has joined the class, and maybe the next time, you can invite your friend. Thank you for your attention.